Hi guys, this is George back here with another video and welcome to the third episode here working in this brand new resort in Planet Coaster, Adventure Springs Resort. So today we're going to be building the first coaster in the series. You may see the flying coaster there. What about that one? I didn't actually build that one on camera. So with that one, I actually built it in a behind the scenes sketchbook kind of world. And yeah, and then I just really liked it. So I just decided, you know what, let's just build that one for this park. Right, so basically what's just happened is I tried to do this video before and I tried to build a normal Mack Mega Coaster. Double launch, 2 launches, and yeah. However, things went a bit wrong. It was taking me a long time to get it to the speed I wanted it, and it was getting really annoying. And then I just stopped everything forever. I hardly built anything in like 10 minutes. And then it just put me off the idea in general. So I'm still building a Mack Mega Coaster, as you can see. However, this one has got a lift instead of launches. So hopefully I won't face into those issues again, because yeah, that was a time waster, that was. Looks like we're going to need to shorten this track piece a little bit more. We'll get it to 30. Or around the 30. There we go, 30. And then we can make this bit steeper here. I want it to have quite a steep first drop. There we go. And we can always smoothen it out at the end as well. So now, as well, I'm going to start to bank it. This is going to be an intense first drop. This is going to bank right here. And it's going to go into a turn. So basically, if you haven't seen one of these before, these coasters do actually exist with lift hills. There's not many of them. Most of Mack Mega coasters do tend to have a launch. However, there is one particular one that I'm getting a bit of inspiration from, and that is Alpina Blitz at Nigloland in France. I've wanted to go to that park for a while. However, I've not had the opportunity yet, unfortunately. And Alpina Blitz looks like a really enjoyable coaster. And this is that's what I'm basing this coaster on. So this is basically Alpina Blitz, but with inversions. That's what I want this coaster to be. It's pretty tall so far. It's a bit taller than I originally wanted it to be, but it's got to have some speed to make it through this layout. It's not going to be the longest layout, this one, though. Well, it's worth it. It won't be the longest, it won't be the tallest or fastest or anything. It's pretty tall. It's not going to have majorly intense sections. It is going to be... of course, it is going to be a thrilling coaster. However, it's not going to be like really, really intense. Of course, Mack roller coasters aren't really designed to be really intense coasters. They're more designed to just be enjoyable, smooth ride experiences. They're not designed to be most intense coasters out there. At least if they were, then Mack wouldn't have done a very good job of that, because they're not particularly intense. Maybe if we raise this up a bit, that might make this a bit easier to do without the ground getting in the way. So there's not going to be too many inversions on this ride. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3. If we come up here now, and then we can do a bit like one of those S-bends, just like this, and then we can switch it over on this airtime hill. Oh, need to lower this down a bit, and then we'll bring it round here. In fact, no, we can't bring that then, because it's the same direction. Okay, do it maybe this way, and then maybe have it going under this airtime hill. It's taking up quite a lot of space. Actually, it's not so bad, I guess. And then, okay, I'm thinking maybe now is a good time to go into the first inversion. So, if we level this out, and then, I don't really know what to put here. We just make this track piece a bit shorter. There we go. Okay, what should we put here? We could have a loop, and then having that piece of track going through the loop, maybe. Let's have a look at, oh no, it won't do that. We need it smaller. Because bearing in mind, in fact, let's get it testing so we can have a look at how it runs through this layout. So let's have the loop about here, and then Okay, so we're going to need to bank this out. In fact, maybe we can have it going... Okay, if we straighten it out, and we'll have it come up. And up here. In fact, we're going to need to start, like, banking it about here. And then we'll bring it round here, but then we'll start to bring it up. Oh no, we need it. We're going to need the track a bit longer for this section. However, we're going to need a bit of a bigger track. So yeah, maybe break it up a little bit as well. Which is probably a little bit smaller. There we go. So how that comes up. In fact, you know what? That's not too bad. Have it banked quite far. I'll bring it like down here or something. And then I'm thinking, so if this comes out here, and then if we bank this to 0, so it's 0, and then we can have like another bit of a drop here, like a small dip. So if we do that, and then drop it down here, have that will be a really good airtime point on the coast there. So now is probably kind of the time where it's going to be time to start thinking about the ending of this coast. Because as I said, it's not going to be the longest. Wow, that's so serious. Oh my gosh, this actually has quite a lot of speed. Wow, I think that will actually be pretty intense. How does it go through the loop? Oh, really nice hang time there. And then up into the 7. Airtime. That will be some good airtime back. So now, okay, I'm not in terms of maybe if we added in an inversion, we could also get out of this section. So maybe if we added a 0G roll, let's have a look at a 0G roll. Oh gosh, okay, we're gonna need some. You know what? We can smooth it out. But we definitely don't want it that tall. Wait, isn't that the smallest it goes? Oh, okay, this is a bit of an issue here. We might need to do a corkscrew instead. If we get a corkscrew, and then we can add a corkscrew in here. Airtime here. Oh, that's very steep. A little bit shorter for the track. Bring it down to here. And then we've got a bit of an angle here actually, so I'm going to bank it a bit. I'll bank it up a bit. Bank it around here a little bit. And then I'm thinking maybe going to an S bend. So if we bring it round here, and then we'll have it come round here. And then come back round this way, and then have the ending of the coaster somewhere around here. However, of course, we do want this thing to run on 2 trains, so I'm just going to extend the station for this. I might actually move this a bit further across so it's a bit further away from the sci-fi area. There we go, that should be enough space to fit in 2 trains. So then now we can have the brakes coming in here, and then maybe add like a bit of a dark ride section on the brake run. Basically, if you've ridden Heidi at Plopsaland, then you may know that there's a bit of a dark ride section. Well, you will know if you've ridden it, but there's a bit of a dark ride section on Heidi at the end of the coaster as you go through the final turn back into the station. And I really like that about the coaster. So maybe we'll have one of those on this coaster. So we're going to need to bring it around in this. Okay, let's try an autocomplete. How can you not autocomplete that? It's the smallest little smudge of track. Okay, if I get rid of this element here, get rid of this. Oh, here we go. Right, so hopefully that'll be enough to slow it down. So let's have a look. I have to say, I've built basically this whole entire coaster I have built in the time it took me to make one launch, a vertical loop, and then a second launch, and a top hat. A pretty small top hat. So, just to give you an idea of that. Oh wow, it's going very slow up that lift hill. Here we go, we've arrived at the top 20 minutes later. And down the first drop. We can get some pretty good airtime there in the back. Airtime. Might just smooth that out a bit. Like that, and that looks like it's quite smooth actually. Of course, I'm smooth there. It's the vertical loops. Really nice airtime, especially in the back. Oh my god! I had it a launch instead of a brake run. I didn't even realise. Oh, that's fun. Oh god, right. Okay. Should we add a catwalk in? Let's add a catwalk in. Actually, maybe we won't add a dark ride section. Okay, you know what? We won't have a dark ride section. However, we will put some theming around here for you to look at as you come into the end of the ride. Because I like the look of the catwalk there. I think it's really nice. Right, let's see if it's actually going to work this time and it's going to break it instead of, well, launch it. Oh, that was funny. There we go. It's a bit longer than I was planning on, but I maybe it's thinking, wow, that's actually short, but I was planning it to be shorter than that. I wasn't planning it to be a long coaster. There we go. I'm really happy with that first part of the ride. The second half of the ride I don't think is as strong as this first half, but I'm really happy with this coaster so far. Honestly, I'm so much happier than I was with the launch one. And I've never built one like this as well. I've never built a magnetic. You don't really see many of them, to be honest. Alpine Bliss is the only one I know. Leave in the comments below if you know of any more. There we go. Oh, we slowed it right now. Oh, you know what? No, that'll make it back into the station. There we go. Happy with that. So now we're not gonna click done yet. We need to smoothen out some parts of the track. So this part here is definitely the section to look smooth. There we go. And then we'll smooth coming into this corner as well. So we'll smooth all that bit. Smooth this part out here. And then coming down here, do a bit of smoothing on that. Smoothing here. I don't want it to change, you know, I'll just smooth all of these bits because I don't want that to change too much. Because I really like that element. Do it here as well. And then smoothing. Basically anywhere where there's corners, smooth it out. Smoothing here. I don't want this element to change too much, so I really like this element, so I'll just do it like this. Oh, no, I don't want it. Oh, no, I literally changed it. Oh, well. That. It's the corkscrew, and the only real major place now to smooth is these S-bends here, which are definitely a lot of smooth. So, oh, I'll just... Wait, how is that smoothing it out? It's literally just made the corner even worse. We're gonna get some good laterals there. There we go. So how's this? I feel like it needs more banking here, so... I might have to redesign this part of the track, so... Let's bank it up. Can I not bank it? Oh gosh. There we go. And now, press that. There we are. That's good. So I won't do this too much. I'll just smooth it out a bit. There we go. That's good. Now we're going to try this a lot. Right, we're going to click done. And here we go. So we're going to get that testing. We're going to add a second train. So 2 trains. We can have more rows as well. Let's see if we can have more rows and still have... Oh no, we can only have 1 train if we do that. Okay, they're the trains. And here is this coaster. So, let's go for a POV. I actually finished it so much quicker than I thought I would. We could start a little bit. So yeah, I'll do some work off camera. I'll do a station building, and I'll do a queue line and an exit. And then in the next episode, we'll be adding in a pirate ship, which is going to be another ride. And so there's going to be 3 rides in this area. There's going to be this, of course. There's going to be a pirate ship, and there's going to be a dark ship. In the next episode, I'll add in the pirate ship, and I'll do some theming around the coaster and around the pirate ship. Yeah? Then I'll start working on the pirate dark ride. However, this is wow, I really can't have this pretty much doesn't mind me. There we go, 8 shot there. Airtime. Get some really good airtime on this. It's still pretty, it's not exactly smooth there, but not much better that to be honest. Without changing it too much. It doesn't look quite as bad on when you're looking at it a different train. But there we go. I'm happy with that. So I'll place these in now. And then we can start doing some of the theming around this. So basically this whole area I'm planning to be covered in rocks. Basically, if you saw the tours I did around Discovery Springs, I want my pirate area here to look very similar to that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out some terrain ready. Oh gosh, the lag. And then I can add some rocks all around the terrain when the terrain's in, and then it will just make it a lot easier as well, instead of stacking rocks up on top of each other. And it will look a lot better. Here we go. So maybe this could be a tunnel. Yeah, let's add this as a tunnel. You can have rocks going above it, so then you'll have rocks near you as you're banking here, and outflowing near this, and then you'll also have it near this here in this tunnel. Oh, well, there we go. We might need a bit of terrain coming down here with the coaster as well. Here we go. So if we stop it about there, that should be good. And of course, I don't really need to paint the terrain because it's going to be covered in rocks. So if I stop this terrain, probably about here, I'll bring all this up. This bit's not going to be a tunnel here. So there we go. I'll do the rock work outside of the video because it won't exactly be the most exciting thing to watch. Just placing a load of rocks here. There we go. So yeah, that's looking quite nice. I'll paint the parts of the terrain that you can see, but the parts you can't see, well, it's going to be covered in rocks, so I don't need to paint it. So there we go, and then I'm thinking we should do the same thing here, but leaving a bit of space, of course, for that rock work. So if we do it around here, and then stop it maybe about here. Raise it up a little bit. There we are. Actually, that's not very high, is it? I want to bring it up pretty high. I don't want you to be able to get many views into the sci-fi area. go. Let's actually see if you can get views of this. Okay, so this is probably about, but this is higher than guests are going to be standing. You can still see it pretty well, but that's the tallest part. Of course you can see that. There we go. I'm thinking maybe having a head chopper coming down this part of the track as well, so you dip down into a tunnel, and all of these S-bends are in this tunnel here. Let's do that. So then it'll stop right about here. So of course this is what you can see here, but imagine all of this covered in rocks, because that's what the finished that's what the finished area is going to look like. It's just covered in rocks, like my pirate area in Discovery Springs. So let's roughen the terrain out a little bit. Actually, that's going to make it harder to place rocks, so I won't do that. Other than that, I think it's looking quite good. I might make it a bit more hilly down here because it looks a little bit man-made there, and I don't want it to look man-made. There we go. So that's looking quite nice. I want a bit of a water section on here as well, so if we dig a bit of a pit here, we can have this section over the water. I think that would be quite nice. Just dig a little bit. If we just dig that out, we can put some water in, and then we can carry on extending it this way. So probably stop about here, but then we'll bring it round this way. So this whole part of the track here, this whole helix is going to be over the water. Then maybe we'll have some water effect as well. There we go. And then I'll do some terrain surrounding water, and then having rocks coming down. So if I start the terrain going round here, then there'll be space to have rocks. Excuse me. Here we go. And then we'll just connect it to here. There we go. So I think we've come to the point now where it's the end of the video. So off camera, I might do a little bit more terrain, but I'm gonna cover this area in rocks. I might do a bit more terrain around this area, and I'll cover the area with rocks, and I'll build a station building, and I'll build I'll build a path into the area because that's something we're going to be needing, and of course we're going to need a hill around the area, so I'll just blocking the area off from any other parts of the park really. So yeah, that is now the end of this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly Roller Coasters, George William Kelly and George Kelly Animals. Message me on Snapchat at George Kelly. Follow me on Twitter at George Kelly, and check out my other YouTube channel at Wealthy Eagles. Thumbnail there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. My mouse is... Bye.